Hey guys, welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Coach Brian with Cause Events, and what I have today is a product review. And if you remember my video from a week or two ago, that was about winter gear, the gloves, the booties, the swim cap, and the Greatever face mask, or Greatever face mask. Now, one of the things that I had struggled with was getting in the cold water and having my face just so cold. Now the water has been in the mid 50s. Probably it was 57 when the first time I used this mask. It was 59 last weekend when I tried it for the second time, and I kind of worked out some of the bugs with this. Now, one of the things you have to remember is you've got this sealing surface all the way around here, and that's got to be at your skin, on your skin. And what had happened was my swim cap had gotten under part of that, and I had a little bit of seepage coming in. And the next time I went out, I still had the problem, so I went and changed back to my silicone swim cap, and I swam a couple laps, which turned out to be close to 700 yards, and I didn't have any problem with it. Now my nose did run because I've been dealing with allergies ever since we had the fires, but it seemed to work really well. And I want to go over some things about this mask. Now it does collapse. You can see here I've got the little clamp here. It does collapse down on itself for storage. So you can see that. You can see how that connects in there. And then you close it. You bring that first clamp down and then the cover over it like that. And it does a very good job of sealing that. Now you can hear the ball in there. And it's got a ball valve up here. The purpose of that ball valve is when you get this in the water, it closes the mask off so no water will come down like you would have in a traditional snorkel. So that worked out really well. The first couple of times it did it kind of surprised me because I went to inhale and I couldn't get any air in, but then I realized just tip my head back a little bit and the ball would reset. Another thing is when you did get a little bit of water in here, it has an exhalation valve down here, and that's what this little thing is. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it a little closer. It's a little exhalation valve, and it's down in the very inside of this mask. Let me see if I can get, and that's down right down here. Right down in there. That's that little exhalation valve. And so any water you get in this, you just tip your head up and exhale, and the water will blow out. So even if you do inadvertently get a little bit of water, you can get it out of there. And I did get a little bit of water. If I got the snorkel down and the ball didn't sit properly, a little bit came in, but it was easily gotten rid of. So my assessment is the first time I gave it a B+. I would give this an A. It's not perfect, but it's really close to perfect for what you're using it for and what I'm using it for. And I need to try this out snorkeling. Now, I was going to do this video and get some underwater shots of me in my pool, but we've got bad weather. I've got an ash tree in the backyard that's been in bloom, and all the flowers are falling off. They're all over the pool. I'm not going to get in there with my wetsuit and all my gear on and try to swim with this thing. It just wouldn't be very good. But what I do want to say is what it comes with describes some of these things a little bit. You do need to put some anti-fog in here to prevent the fogging. And part of the problem was I sprayed some anti-fog in there. Then I had water seeping in before I got the mask out from under the seal. And then I wash all the anti-fog away. I just use a combination of baby shampoo and water, a 20-to-1 ratio. And if you go to my my video on my channel about making anti-fog solution for your mask and goggles. You'll find it there. And I'll try to leave a link in the description. Now, it does come with a few things, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show you what it comes with. Okay, you do get the mask, and that's the mask. We're going to set that over here. You get a carrying bag for it. It's a mesh bag. You can, it'll dry in there. You do get a few manuals on on the warnings, how to use this and how to set all these things, how to set it up, how to get the most out of your mask. And then you get a set of earplugs. And if you use earplugs to swim in, it came with a set of earplugs, came with a spare diaphragm breathing exhalation valve, and you get a GoPro clamp as well. And the GoPro clamp just goes on. And I'll show you a little bit of the video I did shoot with the GoPro. And it worked out pretty well. Let's see, this goes on the other way. If you want, the key is you have to aim your GoPro obviously where you want it to be, where you want the video to be. And those of you who've used GoPros, you know what I'm doing here. So now, if you're up like this, that's about as high as you're going to get, as far up as you're going to tilt back as you're going to get with this. It can't go back any farther. You're right against the snorkel, but you can get some good footage. Now, if you are doing snorkeling and looking for wildlife, you can aim it down so you can kind of get that. You're not going to be able to look at the screen in the back, but you'll be able to see what you can see with that. And it works out very well. I did put this on, and the first time I forgot the GoPro. The second time I put the GoPro on, and it worked pretty well. I was very pleased with it. So that's that. Let me ask you, would you use something like this? So, a snorkel like this. Now, you cannot compete in this. It's illegal to compete in. You can't have a snorkel. You can train in it. It does offer a little bit wider view of things. And I find it was kind of nice to be able to swim in that. Now, when you're swimming, you're popping your head up to sight instead of, and you're not breathing on the side. So it's a little discombobulating at first if you've been used to just regular swimming with goggles on. But it works out pretty well. You can adjust it. You've got adjustment straps down here. You can adjust it for a little tighter fit on your face. And it does recommend that you rinse it out thoroughly. Do not wipe the inside lens with a cloth or anything. Just let it dry. It'll be fine. That goes to preventing it from getting scratched. So would you use something like this? Leave a comment down there in the comments and tell me if you think this would be a good idea. You think you'd enjoy training with this, because I think it's a nice option to have in your arsenal of gear. Now, it just goes into your bag like so. And when you do get it home, rinse it out thoroughly and let it dry. Do not leave it in the sun to dry. These stuff like this and your wetsuit, they don't like sun. They don't like UV rays. You will end up ruining your gear if you leave it in direct sunlight. Just set it out in your bathroom or in your garage or someplace that's clean and dry and doesn't have direct sunlight hitting it. And then all this stuff, just keep a hold of that, and you're going to be very pleased with this, I think. If you need something for cold water, even if you just want something to snorkel in, I seem to enjoy it. It worked out really well for me. I'm going to be using it for the rest of the winter. We've got a couple months, let's see, probably by mid-March, the water's going to start warming up. Once it's over, pretty much over 60, I don't need it anymore. I don't get the ice cream headache that I would get going into 55-degree water. But even maybe I might still use it until it gets 62, 63, because it is very comfortable to swim in. It is a nice option. And I get it with the clear lens, unlike the smoked goggles, which I normally swim in, is the shaded ones. It does allow you to see a little bit more of the creatures down there, if you want to see the creatures. Now, where I'm swimming out in Greatever Bay in Coronado, there aren't a lot of creatures. You might see a stingray, you might see some fish. I got lucky and saw a little octopus one time. There's some crabs, little things, small creatures. There's no sharks or anything where I'm swimming, even though it is salt water. It's in the bay and it's fairly shallow. I will take that out to La Jolla shores and, the shores, and look for sharks, the leopard sharks, in probably July, August, September, because they're going to spawn their babies. Anyhow, let me know what you think of this. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share this with somebody that may get some benefit out of this, as well as any of my other videos. And you're always welcome if you're in the San Diego area. We do meet out at Greatever Bay weekly on Sundays, and you can look us up at the San Diego Tri-Series meetup page, and we do have a meetup there over at Greatever Bay, and we run at 6:30, we swim at 9, and we bike at 10:30. We come one, come all. You can do one or you can do all three events, and we hope to see you there. And until next time, until I have another product I want to describe for you, goodbye.